Hello there, welcome to my bench once again, Hugh here. And today's tutorial I'm going to tie up a wet fly pattern. It's another pattern that I picked out of my book, The Best 1000 Flies. It's an attractor wet fly pattern. It's tied, as you can see, with some bright colors, this guy is. And I thought you guys might want to see this guy tied up, so I'll give him a try for you this time. So I'll get the hook out, this guy, and a fresh hook in and get going here for you. The hook is a Mustad 9672, tying this guy on a size 8. So we'll get that locked down on the vise here, just like so. And for thread, this pattern calls for red thread, so UTC 70 and red I'm using. So first thing we'll do, like always, is start our thread base. Go to hook eye length behind the eye or so, and we're going to wrap back to about 2 above the barb here. Just keep wrapping that back, like so. Snip off that tag end, and wrap back a little bit farther here to right about there. Okay, now the tail on this guy is simply red and yellow saddle hackle fibers mixed together. So what I'll do is I'll pull off a bunch of red here, a decent size amount, but not too overly thick a tail you want on this guy. So get some red. Now I'll get some off the yellow here. Okay, the same amount off each one. Pull those off the stem. Okay, now I'm going to take my red fibers and my yellow, and I'm going to put those together just like so here. Line the tips up like that right there, and I'm going to snip the ends off here. And to mix those, just take them in your thumb and forefinger and just roll your fingers like that. Just roll them together. That'll mix the fibers up for you, like so. And just close them back together. And there you have mixed red and yellow tail fibers. So we'll tie this in here. Whoops, sorry about that, folks. I'll tie this in here about hook gap, or maybe just a tad bit more. Come up around with a pinch loop, down, and pull straight up, then down one more time. Then we're going to wrap that down, just like so here. And we'll stop our thread there, and there's our tail. Okay, now for the rib, it's a fine silver, flat silver mylar tinsel, and you want fine. So I have a piece here ready to tie in, and you want to tie that in so the gold side's facing up. That way when you go to wrap it, the silver will show. That's what we want. So I'm going to catch that in underneath, like so here. Wrap back to just in front of the tail. There we go. And wrap forward again. Bind that down good and stop our thread there once again. So there's our rib tied in. Now the body calls for fluorescent pink dubbing. I'm using hairline fluorescent pink. So I'm going to take my dubbing wax and touch the thread here. And it's probably going to take 2 to 3 noodles to finish it. You don't want to try to do it all in one noodle. And not too thick of a noodle, about decent, but not too thick, not too heavy. About a medium-sized noodle thickness. And we'll work that down the thread here, just like so. Okay. Okay, there's one. We'll begin this guy and see where it takes us here. So I'm going to wrap back first, like so. And my first wrap right in front of the tail. There we go. And then we'll start to wrap forward. And we're just going to wrap that forward until we finish that noodle, like so. I'm going to snip out some of them guard hairs. Okay. And a little more dubbing wax. Dub on some more dubbing. Just like so here. Just make sure you put it on nice and tight. Okay. We'll see if this will finish it up for us or not here. Probably going to need one more noodle. Just want to keep that body uniform diameter. Just a tad bit more this time. Okay. Step that on here. Okay. This should do it up for us this time. And there we have it. There's our double body. Okay. Now I'm going to throw in a half hitch here. Just like so. I'm going to swing over my bobbin cradle. Now we'll take our tinsel here, and like I said, we want to make sure our silver side is going to show for us, and I'm going to use my rotary and rib this guy up here till we get to where we want to tie him off. One more wrap should do it right there. Okay. Swing that out of the way. Doesn't really matter how many ribs you make, just so you get a nice even rib along the body. Don't think the fish are going to worry about that too much. And we'll tie that off, wrap forward, then fold it back, lock it down, and snip off the excess. Okay, now our next step is the throat, so I'm going to turn the vise upside down here. And the throat is same as the tail. Yellow and red hackle fibers mixed, so I'm going to get those prepared here. Strip off one bunch of yellow, one bunch of red, once again. Okay. Okay, my yellow. Now I'll get some red. Same amount again each time. And I'm going to bring those tips together, like so here. There we have it. Now I'm going to do the same as I did for the tail. Just going to snip that, and I'm just going to take my fingers and roll them together. Mix those two colors up. Just like so there. Okay, now we want our throat to come back just past the hook point a ways. So tie that in with a pinch loop. Come between your fingers, come down, pull straight down. And I'm going to wrap back a couple wraps, securing that in. And there's our throat. So next I'm going to just come in with the scissors and snip off those butt ends, just like so. Then I'm going to wrap those down with several snug wraps, secure them in good. Okay. There's our throat. Okay. Now our last step is our wing, which is white calftail for this guy. And I've already cut some here. And you want about a decent size amount, not too heavily, just medium size amount of fibers for the wing. And I'm going to throw that in the stacker here, see if I can get those a little more even. Calftail is not the easiest thing in the world to stack, but just give it a try here, the best we can get it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. That's about good as we're going to get it right there. I just want to pull some of these out. I got a little too much there, I think. Okay. Pull some of the short ones out. Okie dokie. Now, you want the wing to come back just almost halfway on the tail. And then I'm going to measure that. And I'm going to snip it to length. And for my hair wings on any fly streamer, I like to trim it first to where I want it. Then I'll take a little bit of head cement and come in on these butt ends here, just like so. Then place it on top, come around, pinch it, pull down, then wrap back, a couple soft wraps, medium soft wraps to place the wing on right on top. Then when I come forward, I'm going to snug those wraps down tighter, just like so. And there we have it. There's our wing. So he's almost a done deal. So I'm just going to build that head up a little bit here. And then just form a whip finish, and then we're done. Build a nice neat hit on him here. Okay. Just about there. Now I'll come in with my whip finisher. 4 or 5 turn whip finish to finish him up. Okay. Do 5 or 6 turn on this guy. Come down underneath. Snug that down good. Then I'm going to come in and snip off the excess here. Okay, as soon as I get this to cooperate. There we go. Okay, there we have it. Another size 8 Borden special. Really bright colored fly. I can see that catching a trout's attention for sure. So the last step, I'm going to take some Solares here. Get a little on my dubbing needle. Put on the head of this guy here. Okay, just work that around, all the way around. Cover all the thread wraps. Just like so here. Nice glossy head on them. Okay, that should be fine. Come in with the light, cure him up. There we go. And there he is. Done deal. And I thought it was quite a sharp looking fly, and that's why I thought I'd tie this guy up for you today. So, like always, thank you so much for watching, everybody. And also, if this is the first time seeing one of my videos and you figure you'd like to see more in the future, go ahead and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that, as always. And I want to thank all my other subscribers for watching, as always. And I'm going to bring this guy in and see if I can give you a close-up here. A little bit better view of him. Give him a little turn. So, until next time, like always, happy tying, everyone. I'll see you again soon. And so long for now, folks.